This here is the Galaxy S23 Ultra, and in this video I'm going to share with you my honest 6 months review. But first things first, I'm going to take an unorthodox approach, and every time I say something about this phone, I'm going to say also things I'd like to get fixed. First, I'm going to give you my take on the result and build quality, and then we're going to start about the display and the sound quality. Moving to camera, photo and video, down to the performance guys, battery, and of course One UI 5.1, because believe it or not, but One UI is really one of the main perks that you really get by using a Samsung phone, because it could be as well using some other Android phones. So make sure to subscribe. Let's start the video.
The S23 Ultra ditched the curved edges with the more flatter edges, very convenient for holding in the hand. But compared to the S22 Ultra, I have some things to say. Screen seems to be weak, yes, bigger bezel, and I really wish for Samsung to get rid of those bezels. This is just the same phone as the previous one, S22 Ultra, but of course the boxy design really sets it apart. It's very much more convenient, and also the way it sits in your hand is going to be much more enjoyable compared to the slippery S22 Ultra. As far as design and build quality is concerned, I can only recommend to Samsung to just keep that line, because this looks premium, it looks familiar, it has the genes from the Note 20, and it's just very good. Now to discuss the display guys, that's Samsung. They are very much well known for producing displays for other companies as well, like Apple included. You get all the whistles and bells here, the 120 Hz, the WQHD resolution, you get all the nice screen modes, but this display is just not so bright compared to the Oppo Find X6 Pro. Although what I found to be a very nice achievement is they managed to deliver all the brightness in nits they promised, indoors and also outdoors. So altogether it's a very capable display. As far as the display is concerned, I can only recommend to Samsung to increase the high brightness mode. Just make it even, maybe not like the crazy Chinese phones that are really superior, but a bit more would be great. Guys, it's all about the camera. New HP2 sensor, well, we know it's 200 megapixels, nobody cares of course, but there are many other improvement, pixel binning and some other tricks guys, and Samsung is really known to be among one of the best in the mode pictures, in the same time plagued by so many issues with the shutter speed, but also sky bending issues while they're doing night pictures. And the most or the biggest problem for me is just not being able to shoot moving kits with the stock mode, although I did test all the modes and the firmwares so far. But guys, something is worth to be mentioned. This is still a very great shooter, and Samsung are trying to improve that by providing various features like putting some priority on quality versus speed, and of course finding the balance, so it's going to get better. But right now there are still a lot of improvements to be made to just have a perfect point to shoot device in your hand. But guys, it's not always only about photos. Why? Because the S23 Ultra brought one of the best stabilizations OIS in a mobile phone. You can just see here the comparison to the S22 Ultra is just crazy. Altogether, this is going to be a very capable phone of doing pictures, also doing 3x, 10x, up to 30x zoom, and you can see this also compared to the S22 Ultra. Really, improvements are huge, but don't take my words for granted. I took one of the best camera phones right now on the market, the Xiaomi 13 Ultra, and I compare it very rigorously to the S23 Ultra. You can just see in all of those samples guys that sometimes the S23 Ultra even is able to excel and shine compared to the Xiaomi 13 Ultra. Although in terms of dynamic range, although in terms of exposure, in terms of details, the Xiaomi 13 Ultra will probably still give you a better result. And yeah, of course, this Xiaomi 13 Ultra uses a different sensor, but altogether the S23 Ultra comes very close to what we can see in the Xiaomi 13 Ultra. And again, the Xiaomi 13 Ultra is for me the best camera phone on the market, but the S23 Ultra really comes very close. I can only recommend to Samsung to not follow through this megapixel race. We don't need a 300 megapixel camera, we just need a point to shoot device that will work most of the times. And now discussing photo and video will bring us to the next topic. The next topic is going to be about performance and also battery guys, and oh boy, this has been really a crazy ride for us, just being able to put our hands back on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip. A Snapdragon chip in a Samsung phone was once exotic for a lot of people not living in Korea and in the States, but right now they made it global. It's really crazy. And guys, I really took the effort and tested this battery in and out. You can just see some snippets of other things that I've did testing the battery. Really, I did a whole full real day of battery usage, my phone, myself, Wi-Fi, mobile data. I played 4K video and all along. I even used some scripts to run social apps to just try to simulate real usage, and then of course also use this phone, you know, as I will do in my daily routine to just estimate, am I able to get really something proper. And let me tell you guys, here you can see all the scripts that I've been running to just test this phone. Everything more than 4 hours screen on time is good enough for me. If I get 5 hours screen on time, I'll be very happy. If I get like 6 hours screen on time on mixed usage, Wi-Fi and mobile data, this is really great. And I was able in the beginning to get this kind of results from the S23 Ultra. Not all the time, but still sometimes I'm able to get something like 5 hours, 5 hours and a half. Now I'm not getting any more like 6 hours consistent, but still the battery life is very nice, provided you're using double QHD and also running this very smooth 120 Hz resolution, guys. So you can just see in this case I got over 6 hours. This is absolute real video, you can just watch it there. Speaking about performance, I need to mention something else, guys. Now A Gen 2 is really a great chip. In this video I did comparing it to the iPhone 14 Pro, running Genshin Impact, sharing my screen in Teams, also playing a YouTube video picture-in-picture 4K. After some 20 minutes the iPhone 14 was just that and just dropping frames like crazy. The Galaxy S23 Ultra with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 was able to still give us this performance. The only recommendation I would have for Samsung is to please keep the Snapdragon chip, and if TSMC can do it, then still better. One UI 5.1. I know we have the One UI 6 and the beta. You can check my video there. One UI, guys, is the best mobile operating system, and full stop. It's not perfect, right, but it's the best. Why? Because of what you can see on the screen, all the customizations that you can do with all the good luck modules, guys, with the home app, with the theme park, just everything stock, no special access needed, no RAW. Okay, of course there are some tips and tricks. You need to be in a country where you can download this, but you can sideload good luck. But eventually with good luck you're able to absolutely modify all of your experience. Change all the colors, change all your icons. Also, guys, even do the very famous iOS lock screen trick where you're putting the clock behind the wallpaper. Of course, it's not so straightforward, but you can do it. You can also incorporate the double tap and the triple tap on your phone, and then boom, you're just gonna double tap on it and you're gonna open whatever you want. But it's just so much more than this. Like one-hand operation, if you want to be the king, like Ujval for example, you need to use Samsung One UI. Why? Because it really brings so much and so many and so different features, like this quick launcher. Inside the quick launcher you have another launcher, and it's like the movie Inception. So feature wise, One UI is really the best mobile operating system. Why? Because it's really fully packed with features. Compared to the MIUI and to the Pixel 7a, of course, the MIUI already had this very nice and fancy control panel from the One UI 6 first beta, and of course, the One UI is not so smooth sometimes like the Pixel, but One UI is really one of the most customizable systems. And last but not least, we have the S Pen, guys. Remember about the S Pen? Well, S Pen is also absolutely unique to One UI and to Samsung right now. So guys, this has been my 6 months S23 Ultra review. Let me know down below in the comments if you like it, and if you want to get more videos like this, just don't forget to sub for the channel. Please stay safe. VST over and bye.